Hi guys, welcome to my wobbly camera. So on Friday I went to Leeds with my daughter. She was going on a training course. She's into climbing, so she was doing an advanced climbing course. Anyway, she passed, but while she were there I met a friend and I went to the scrap store at Leeds because you've just got to do it, haven't you? So I just thought I'd show you what I bought. So I got a brayer and it was £5.10p. Thought that was quite a bag and I should have got more really. I got some clips. I was all excited when I saw these. These were like the first thing I saw in shop. Oh, I'm like, how amazing are them? They're perfect, aren't they? Perfect for my journals. And I think they might have been £2.50. I think, but I'm not right sure. £2.50. Welcome to my messy desk. This is my desk inside my salon where I do my stuff. And then I got some tea bags. Tea bag tags. Because I couldn't resist, they were 30p. I got them because I thought they'd make quite nice tabs. I got a book, stock take book, and I thought, quite like that. I like the numbers at the top. Like that one. I got some patterns. I think these were about a couple of pound each. I can never have enough patterns. Then I got some till rolls. I think these were £2.50. Perfect for my snippet rolls. In fact, I found my snippet roll in a bag the other day. That one that I made. So I'm going to make some more. I think that might be today's job. But we'll see. And then they had some exercise books for like 20p. So I bought some of them. That's a graph one, like that. Big button, like that. I got a white one, I don't know where it is. Big book with writing and plain pages. It's not like my grandchild. My grandson will bring him from school for his writing. And then these magazines, I don't know how they were free. So these were free. And I thought, might be able to use some of them. So yeah, I don't know what age, how old are they? I don't know. But I got 1, 2. Oh, there's a knitting pattern in the middle of there. Hey, that was a good one, isn't it? In fact, there's a few knitting patterns. Never actually looked through it. Old knitting pattern. That's quite nice, isn't it? I do like knitting patterns. Got hundreds of the things because my mum were a knitter. Oh, and the paper's just really nice. So yeah. So that's quite good. I used to always have knitted jumpers. My mum used to knit us all one. And then another book. That was last year's out, and it's about wool and stuff, I think. Yeah. I haven't really looked at these. I might have to have a look at them and read them before I actually use them. Because that looks interesting, doesn't it? So yeah. Looks quite like it's going over the world and seeing how their art does stuff. More paper books. And that was that. And then there was piles and piles and piles and rolls and rolls and rolls of paper. So I just bought this, and now that it's in my light, I can see that it's got a slight, what is it to it? Stripe, which is really quite pretty. So that's nice, because you can never have enough fabric, can you? And I bought some of this because I thought, oh, that feels nice and soft too. And then I got a, what is it, book? A fabric book, scrapbook, fabric. No, what are they? Fabric, like samples, aren't they? And I liked it because I like the folder, so I might have to take it to bits. But I quite like some of these checked. Nice, aren't they? Looks like my dad's flat cap stuff. But I really liked how it went together like that. And I think this was something like, well, it says £4 on there, but I got it for, I think it was £2.50. They were all £2 or £3. So I thought I'd just share all that lot with you. How lovely is all that lot? So yeah, it was lovely. I could have probably done to have a bit more time, but I only got there at 2 and I think it shuts at 3. And then, oh, let me just pause you a minute. So as I was paying, I was chatting to the lady and she was like, oh, what goodies have you got, blah, blah, blah. And I says, oh, a bit of all sorts really. And then I noticed on the back shelf this tin, and I says, oh, can I have a look at this tin? And it's what you used to get your plasters in years and years ago, but it rattles. So she wrote it down for me to have a look at, because she says these are for sale, but it's got loads of stuff in. And she said it isn't for sale. So I'm like, oh well, can I just have a look anyway? She says, oh, it's got stuff in. So we prized it open, a bit like I'm having to do. I think she opened it a lot easier than me. I don't want the stuff that's inside it to go out everywhere. Oh my word. Why can't I open that? There, done. So, it's full of all little buttons. Look at that. Can you see that? It's a little deer. Like a little Bambi. I don't know what that says. I only looked at it fleetingly when she showed me it. I don't know what this says. D. Mark Ambler. So I wonder who that belonged to. If it belonged to him. This tin. There's buttons and there's some little pins, which is what I think I'll use it for. I'll use it for these. Look at how tiny those little pins are. Aren't they gorgeous? So, anyway, she says, well, it's not for sale. And I went, oh, well, never mind. Anyway, I looked in it and I was like, oh, look at all those yummies. And she said, £1. And I went, oh, yes, absolutely. And I brought it home with me. Oh, that feels like a tiddlywink. Do you remember tiddlywinks? It just feels like a tiddlywink. Oh, that's lovely. And there's like some hooks and eyes. Hooks and eyes. So yeah, so that were my little treasures. So I just thought I'd share them with you. What do you reckon? I do like finding some little treasures like that. So today I'm going to work in my journal. I'm not going to show you now because I'm going to video it, but I have been working in it very slowly. Put like a new flip in, but that's an envelope, so I've got like a little storage bit in there, and then another little flip, and then here I've done like a little journal, a little concertina journal out of some painted pages that I did. So that was nice. And then with my, I made a belly band. So there's a little knot up there. So that was like what I did last week. I didn't have a right lot of time last week because I was in Manchester one day, Liverpool and Leeds another day, and working in between. So anyway, so I'm going to try and get a bit more done in that today. But I've just trimmed this off, a little concertina journal that I made. So I'd like to finish some more of this off as well, and add some like a fastening to it, and do a bit more paperwork, a bit more to it, add some embellishments and some stencils maybe. But I really like it. Oh, and then I think on the back I've just done it in black and white, so you get two different effects. I like that, it's cool. I think I need to glue some bits down, but they'll get sorted. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do today, because everyone's at home, Lily's cared for, and this grandma can do as she pleases. How lovely. Have a lovely Sunday, and I'll catch you all again soon. Hope you enjoy.